Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. How a currency collapse contributes to lower gold prices. Let's explore! This is something that you would think would be highly conceptual, but today we are seeing it put into practice. That's right. But first, before we get into that, let's look at what has happened to precious metals. A continuation of sorts from our Sunday night live stream where we do look at the markets as they open up. A market watch for the Asian markets as they're reported here from Hong Kong. And they do open up at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time in Asia and on Sunday evenings. And so we're seeing a continuation, sort of, a slight drop in the prices for precious metals. The biggest mover, as is usually the case, is silver. It's now lost almost 2% from the previous closing session here. It is now under $26 an ounce. And gold has lost $5.50, down almost a third of a percentage point. And the platinum group metals, platinum and palladium, are both down, but under a percentage point. Rhodium is the only metal that is held steady there at $29,000, a record high for the illustrious kind of greenish precious metal. That's the only way I can describe it, greenish bluish. Very interesting indeed. All right, let's move ahead and see what other factors have affected the price here. And I think that tech stocks and other stock market is up. What's having an effect here? This article from Market Watch talks about what happened in the news today. Gold futures finished lower on Monday with strength in the U.S. stock market led by gains in technology stocks, partly to blame for the metal's fall from last week's highest settlement since February. But what this is an interesting twist is that there's a collapse in the Turkish lira also contributed to losses for gold, with the weaker currency likely to dull the yellow metal's demand from Turkey, which is a major buyer. Reported that the Turkish mint produces more gold coins than the United States mint, and that's because gold is so much in demand among the Turkish people, and understandably so. I bet a lot of those people are very happy they have their gold coins right now, considering. But nonetheless, the spot price is down because of this. They're not buying right now with their currency in collapse, and they stacked gold because they don't have trust in their currency. A report from the World Gold Council in January showed that Turkey was the biggest annual gold buyer in 2020, adding 134.5 metric tons to its official gold reserves. So not only is the government of Turkey adding gold to its coffers, because they know the deal, well, the Turkish people are as well. So against the backdrop for gold, April delivery fell $3.60 to settle at $17.38.10 an ounce, after prices saw a 1.3% weekly rise, put in on Friday, the second weekly gain in a row. Prices on Friday also finished at the highest for the most active contract finish since February 25th. Bullion's move lower to start the week comes even as U.S. Treasury yields and the dollar are staging a modest pullback that would ordinarily offer a runaway for gold prices. Didn't happen this time. The 10-year Treasury note was 1.691%, was down at around 1.679%, compared with 1.729% on Friday. While one measure of the dollar was off 0.2%, as measured by the ICE U.S. Dollar Index. Commodity experts speculated that gold prices were facing selling pressure, nonetheless, because investors were favoring equities as the rise in bond yields appeared to stabilize somewhat. The technology-heavy Nasdaq Composite Index was up 1.23%, led the rise on Monday. Broader commodity markets rallied after taking fright at the rise in borrowing costs spurred by their own bull market. Adrian Ash, director of research at Bullion Vault, told MarketWatch that can contribute to losses for Haven Gold. Silver, as we saw, fell more sharply, 2.1% to settle at $25.77 for May, following last week's 1.5% weekly climb. Based off the most active contracts, prices saw their lowest settlement since March 8th, FactSet data show. And for all those people buying on account of the short squeeze or the silver squeeze, these are times to be patient to see what happens, and it also provides an opportunity if you can find silver with lower premiums. And good luck, because the premiums are still pretty high for silver right now. So there you have it. Fascinating indeed to see where these prices are going, and it just gives you an idea of what is going to be happening in some of these other countries that are maybe not as well positioned as Turkey to be able to buy if their currencies collapse. Well, they're going to be in a world of hurt if the general populace don't have the ultimate form of money, gold, which is certainly has protected many people in the East and Mideast for many years because they understand it. It's a part of their culture. They understand that the most stable form of money is that which is a part of their culture in terms of all different ceremonies and the like, but also as a way to protect yourself against not only economic instability and their monetary policies that may be ill-conceived and contrived throughout the ages, but also against a government that may not be favorable to them and their rights. And so political instability as well as economic instability play a huge role. And what better way to protect yourself than with a metal that does not care about what policies or what the governments are or what have you. In fact, I would dare say that in many situations, if you are in a semi-oppressed nation, having gold is a better way to protect yourself in the long term than a nation that may not necessarily have an oppressive regime, but are making ill-conceived financial decisions in and of themselves, and or maybe have the potential to lead down that road down the case. I think you're better positioned to have gold in your possession in a nation that's already there than a nation that will probably go there anyway because of their economic and policy decisions that they have been ill-conceived over time. And this is why I think it's incumbent upon us here in the West in general, in the United States in particular, to accumulate gold and silver because it does not have an ideology. Its history and its value, its intrinsic worth is timeless. It is timeless. And I believe that's why it's been recognized in our founding documents here in the United States that it shall be used as money. And it is money. So there you have it. We'll see how this all plays out. But a real-world example today in the news is the Turkish lira. And it is down. It is collapsing around us. And so that is something that is going to be a noteworthy piece of news here. As what happens? Well, sometimes when you see that occurring, people in Turkey have been buying gold, not only in of the Turkish government itself, but the people themselves, and they can't buy it now because their currency's collapsed. Well, they've got the gold there that is already in their possession, and that is going to pull them through this currency crisis there. So there you have it, a real world example in the news right now of why it's a good idea to hold this precious metal. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch this video. Hit that notification bell so that you can be apprised of the latest video that makes its way across your feed. And also to encourage you to please rate and share it all across the lands. And comment. And after all of that, then subscribe if you haven't done so already. Yes, indeed.